You're watching SuckProfessor. Hello, everybody. It's me, Hank. I'm joined by... James. Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 7, The Broken Man. James?
Yep.
We watched it.
We did.
It was excellent. I had a great time watching it with you.
It was fun.
Now we're going to talk about it. Shot-by-shot recap analysis. Spoilers. So look out. We're going to get into a lot of detail. This is exciting. I can't wait. I can't believe the season's on its way near the end. That makes me sad.
It's only 10 episodes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That sucks.
Yeah, it makes me sadder than all my decades of depression.
Then we got to watch it all in reverse and do it all over again.
We got to talk in reverse, too.
Yeah.
Enough fucking around, James. Let's get to it. Here we go. Okay, so we start out weirdly... What?
There's no standard opening. There's no logo. There's no theme song.
Yeah.
So first I thought, well, okay, HBO knows we're tired of seeing an opening.
HBO must have fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe they forgot. Mm-hmm. You know, they are known for being a bad company, this HBO.
They just got to get their stuff together.
Yeah, low quality. So we go like, what? Campfire? What's this? And then we pull back, the guy's hammering on a big nail. I was thinking maybe he's a horse guy.
And something always gets nailed in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Speaking of getting nailed, wait till we get to the Yara scene later on. Oh, boy. So this guy puts a thing in the thing, and a bunch of people are working. We're like, what is this? Amish monthly?
Clearly building a rocket ship.
Yes. This is the original. By the way, I was thinking too, like, you know how there's those like dorky men, mostly it's men, who like, well, traditional construction, just like the medieval days. They had to hire these guys, and I bet this was like the best day of their life.
Probably.
Made me jealous, because they're hammering in pegs like that shit. So yeah, there's the rocket ship. Either that or it's a dungeon for the Teletubbies.
Yeah.
They're gonna trap them all in there and make them learn incantations and witch potions. So guys walking along with axes. Who is this? This is the Seven Dwarf. Isn't there one that has an axe? Murdery?
Didn't they? I think they all had axes.
It was a Sleepy, Drug Face, and Murdery. Those were the Seven Dwarfs. So, all right. Oh, eating organic. Love it. Girthy carrots.
Farmer's market.
Nice little Whole Foods. Not too bad. A little too expensive for my taste, but that's fine. Cute babe wearing a garbage bag, and they're making everything that's industrious. They're all doing it. And then what? Deadwood.
See, I've never seen Deadwood. I do remember him from the Hercules movie. I think he was in that.
James, we in the TV watching community like to use the word tour de force. In Deadwood, this guy plays a character that is so fucking crazy and awesome and so beautifully acted and out of his mind and powerful. So anyway, what'd you say? He was in something?
I think he was in that Rock Hercules movie, which God. I don't expect anyone to have seen.
I regret making you repeat yourself.
I know.
Don't embarrass me. If it's not Kevin Sorbo related, I don't give a shit. All right? So he's like, okay, boys, do it. Right. It's a little cheesy, actually. I found he's like, okay, move through here.
Yeah, and
all right.
I was in the wrong impression that we'd seen him before, because I recognized him as an actor, but I didn't recognize him from the show. And apparently his name is Septon Meribald, and this is his first appearance in the show.
Yeah, Septon Meribald. Who, by the way, look what he's got on his shirt. 7 rays.
Yeah, so we know he's a man of religion, apparently.
Yep. And we both, I was like, oh, was that the Blackfish?
I thought it was the Blackfish at first, too, because I thought this episode was going to be about the Blackfish.
But I knew deep down in my head that I've seen the Blackfish actor, because sometimes they change actors, but then I didn't recognize this, whatever. But we're supposed to not know. But it is cool, because this guy's like a big deal. Wow, that's a cool axe. Check that out.
Yeah.
You know what they say about mullets, James? Party in the front, business in the back. Sharp part, hit the nails. Okay, so he's helping. He's into it. He's got his people. He's a good manager. He's a good organizer.
Looks like a lecherous
man. Yeah, these
there.
logs. That's when a kitten just bit his toe. And so the big logs are heavy. Those are some fucking heavy. Did you ever play Lincoln Logs when you were a kid?
Yeah, I'm more Washington Logs.
Oh, really? Yeah. You know when Lincoln used to have sex with his wife, Mary, he used to say, I've got a Lincoln Log. And then, you know when he would poop, he would go, I'm pooping. Lincoln Logs. So, okay. Handsome, blue-eyed, old, good-looking, he'll be dead in 10 or 15 years, and then someone will mention it on Twitter. So there they go. They're building. What? This shot was the big moment coming up. I didn't see this coming at all. These dudes carrying logs, 4 men to a log, just like Hell Week for the Navy SEALs. But no, we've got of Mice and Men. Well, who's this guy's name? Curly? Lenny from Mice and Men.
Well, who's a smart one?
Did Gary Sinise.
Yes, okay. Maybe...
Want to hear my Gary Sinise impression?
Sure.
2 weeks. No, they recruited you for the goddamn... I'm trying to do some Forrest Gumps there. Okay. Who is it?
Well, we know he's got a weird gait in his step.
Yes, there's an odd limp, and he's very strong.
Yes.
And what? And he's got a pizza face. It's the Hound! Woof, woof.
Which is what people have been wanting forever.
So this happened, and he said... He didn't say anything. We said, well, maybe Stannis is alive.
Well, you said that.
You disagreed.
Brienne she's actually come out and said that she took his life.
But she's known for being a liar. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
The point I said was we didn't see him die. If they don't show you die, you might come back and be a guy who gets religion or some bullshit. But, or you die. Jon Snow died and they brought him back.
Yeah.
Who else died? Everybody north of the Wall. So, by the way, I was noticing this guy's fucking facial hair. I wouldn't call it facial hair. It's more like his neck.
His facial chest hair.
Well, too bad he didn't get burned down here. Look at this fucking gross, disgusting patch. I mean, I've got goofy hair patterns on my body. I've got I like to call them angel wings, James. You know what I'm saying? I'm covered in hair on the back. That's actually not that bad. It's mostly on the shoulders. And, God, that's a mess. I mean, women like a nice running their fingers through your chest hair and stuff. I've heard that a few times. But I don't think women want to run their fingers through your nape hair. That's disgusting. Okay, so, then, by the way, boom!
So we know it's not a mistake, and that they intentionally did that because...
Cold opening, they call that in the biz. Of course HBO's not going to fuck it up.
So it had to be something of great importance if they were going to do that, and it was.
So now we have him back to his life of violence. He's murdering a defenseless tree, James. That's actually the opposite of what's happening. The whole point here is that it looks like the Hound has taken on a new modus operandi.
Right, and he had a near-death experience, and that apparently has changed him in some way.
Yes.
And he was already changing when he was with Arya. He was still a killer, he was still a murderer, but he was having a change of heart. He was protecting a little girl, which is something the old Hound probably wouldn't have spent much time trying to do.
Definitely. He had a near Brienne experience, is really what happened. So this guy comes up and he goes, I've never seen a man chop wood so good like that. Which, by the way, James, you grew up around animals and trees. Have you ever chopped wood?
No.
You haven't?
No, I'm afraid of axes, because I know if I were to pick up an axe and swing it, I would do the same thing that I do with a bowling ball, which is hit myself in the leg with it.
Well, you don't. It'd be weird if you hit yourself in the axe in the back of the thigh.
I could pull it off.
Like a bowling ball. I've actually chopped a lot of wood in my day because I'm very manly, and have I mentioned the back hair?
I broke a stick once.
What? And so I missed it once, and the axe went flying through between my legs. So you have to be careful. It is dangerous. Yeah. But this motherfucker doesn't chop wood right. His posture's all off. What you do is you take your right hand, and you hold the axe up close so you have control over the weight. Then when you raise it over your head, as you swing forward, you slide your hand down, and your hands meet at the base of the axe to generate what's that called? Physics. Isaac Newton's shit, where you're holding, you swing at a long thing, arm momentum. Come on, you're the
E equals MC
squared. E equals shut the fuck up. Anyway, my point is this thing, where actors do, where they can't throw a baseball. You can tell, like they're pretty boys who never actually had a dad,
or people who don't smoke naturally, they're holding the cigarette wrong. And,
exactly. This was that, but it was just, I'm only pointing it out because this dude comes up and goes, "I've never seen a man swing an axe so good. That's all strong." His axe technique is fucking garbage.
But at least they address it.
Well, this is the first thing I'm mentioning in my letter to George Railroad Martin tomorrow.
But the Hound has never been a man about fluidity and correct. He's a brute force.
Yeah, he was a brute force knight. But his technique sucks. But anyway, so this guy comes up and is saying something. Fill it in here, James.
Well, it basically says, because he was the one who rescued him, so it said, it must have taken a lot of men to bring you down. He's like, no, only one. And he said, must have been a monster of a man. Actually, the man was a woman.
Right.
And he laughs.
Yes. Was a woman. And he thought he was making a joke. Turns out it's not a joke. It's fucking Brienne, my future wife. So here they go. Everybody's happy. Things are good. He fills up the cup, he brings it over, sees a bunch of white kids and some poor people. These are, I don't know what their deal is. I guess everybody here looks poor if they're not rich. and they're running around. Having a nice little time, little fun, little lunch. Nothing better than working up an appetite. Some hard physical labor, and then putting a burrito in your face, and then having being up all night with the fucking shits.
Is it really so hard to use a fork?
They had to invent the fork. Yeah. Okay, aren't you? Or the chopstick, or maybe the other chopstick, because that's sort of the important part. Actually, you can just stab. So he brings them the water. Their buddies. Actually, no, the Hound. Okay, let me start that over. The Hound isn't going to kill him, which is a nice change. Oh. So the guy's talking to him. He's got his pizza face, and but the Hound's not real friendly. He's not known for conversation.
No, he keeps to himself. I mean, he didn't accept any help carrying the log, so he's still kind of his old self. He's reserved. He's not part of the group. Yeah,
although to be fair, he is too tall to have help on the log. It'd be a slanted log carry.
Yeah, and that's what he says. He says the people are actually afraid of you.
Right. Yeah, he says, but then this guy goes on, I don't remember exactly what he said. He's kind of a smooth talker.
He starts going on about the old gods and the new gods, and that he doesn't know much about the gods, and he doesn't know which ones are right, which ones are wrong, but he does believe that the fact that the Hound is still around means that there's still a plan for him.
You must have some purpose.
Yes.
You old Hound. And by the way, was it sausage or pepperoni that burned your fucking head, the pizza face?
Yeah, and then the Hound says something like, well, I don't believe there are gods, because if there were gods, then they would have punished me for what I've done.
Yes.
And he says something to the effect of, I believe you have been.
Yes. Oh, right. He walks off saying, yeah, well, that's what's happened. You've been punished, you dumb bitch. All right, next scene. What's this? Reading. Must be somebody educated. It turns out to be not only educated and intelligent, but also beautiful. Which is my kind of woman, except for the whole fucking religion shit. So there they go. The guy comes in, although we'll find out more about that later, about whether or not Margaery is, selling religion cookies these days. So he comes in, I didn't get the shot. She sort of raises her head from the book, and she's wearing a little crown, a lady crown. What's it's called?
Tiara.
You pronounced it correctly.
Tiara.
Thank you. It's tiara.
Tiara.
It's tiara, you motherfucker.
So I guess one
what if I beat you up because you mispronounced tiara?
But one thing I should mention is her dress. Do you feel that dress is more modest than what she usually does? It looks like it's made of wool, perhaps. It looks less elegant than her typical attire.
It's a step up from the last time we saw her.
From a burlap sack, but it's still...
but they had her in, her hair is a little better. So they got the wavy shit going on there. I don't know what women call it when they do that to their hair. Wavy? Curls?
Perm?
That's not a perm.
I don't know.
I'm bald and you're an accountant. So they, yes, it's a little nicer though. It's got some details. I mean, she's got the little thing. So, but I think, and the tiara, wait, what is it? Tiara?
Yeah, whatever.
Fuck, now I'm confused.
Just go with Lady Crown.
Lady Crown has, it's cool. It's sort of the stag. It's, she and Tommen would look great at the, Eyes Wide Shut swinger orgy.
Or maybe she just has sticks in her hair and she doesn't know it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she bent forward and into a glue trap. And but I don't know. I think but it's a step up. I mean, she's obviously sort of more herself than before, but she's still holding this religion posture bullshit with the goofy hand thing, although it does look like the Boys and Girls Club of America.
Right, but if you think back to her when we first saw her, when she was in her normal attire, she was kind of spilling out the front of her shirt most of the time.
Great point. Yeah, I mean, her titties were just like, wah, wah, wah. Well, there's only two of them. And definitely. Modest. If there's one thing religious people hate, it's lady nips. And if there's one thing that I love... I want them everywhere. Cover the body. So all right, so this guy, and so she's playing him, or is she? We don't know. Everybody said theories.
Right, she's reciting from what was that book? The book of the Mother, I believe it was.
The book of Phil Collins.
Yes.
Book of Genesis.
Yes.
Book of the Mother, and she turned and quoted it to him.
Right, and he goes on saying that some people can recite every word from the Book of the Mother, but they don't have an ounce of the Mother's mercy in their blood.
Yeah,
and some men are savages, and yet they live they know the word of the Father, or the
tweet of the Father.
Yeah, it's basically knowing the words does not mean you're a pious person.
Right. And then she goes, I used to help out poor people. I used to lick their knees and clean their toes and shit, and I didn't really care. I felt pity.
Yeah, she pitied
but
them.
I didn't love them.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is Well, that's how I feel. All right, so
she said they disgusted her.
I also feel that way. And
he said it's hard not to be disgusted by them because they remind us who we would be if we did not have our fancy perfumes and our fancy clothes.
They're us without all the bullshit.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so glad you're here. I wouldn't remember like about 95% of this. So they have that little conversation, and then he goes, "Come on, sit down with me, lady." Yeah, she's really oh, man. Okay, sorry. And she sits down, and he goes, "Now, I got to talk to you about something personal." And she goes, "Ooh, really?" He goes, "Yes. Do you know how a boy and a girl love each other with a magic hug? Well, we need you to fuck Tommen and get yourself pregnant." Did I summarize it pretty much?
Pretty much. But the kind of the more important thing he says after that is...
Well, he threatens her grandma.
Yeah.
The amazing, badass, super cunning and smart Lady Olenna, the Queen of Thorns.
Right, and he says something like, "I fear for her safety both in body and mind," and that she needs to...
If she doesn't atone like you did.
And he says, "You need to teach her the ways of the new as she taught you the ways of the old."
Yeah, so he's like, go out and recruit your family. Mm-hmm. And so this guy is a smart son of a bitch. He is testing her.
Yeah.
He's going to keep pushing her because he knows he's a silver-tongued leader of a religious fanatic group. Mm-hmm. These are the most dangerous people on the planet. So this guy, assuming this is a planet, maybe it's a cube, but this guy is they have weird weather there, right. So I think this is more theory here now, is that I think he knows that this is something that she couldn't pretend is to risk her grandma. It's like when you like by James, if I said, "Hey James," if I'm pointing a gun at James now, everybody, my finger gun, "James, I'm going to kill you," and you go, "Fine, kill me," and I go, "James, I'm going to kill the person you love, your Xbox," and you go, and then you go, "No!" Oh, sorry, PS4.
Thank you.
Your PS4, and you go, "No, I will defend my Queen of PS4." Get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Testing someone's love to their family, and it's like she's like, "Oh fuck, you said you're threatening my grandma," but she still goes, "Yeah, all right, yeah." She seems to be a little bit like stone faced about it.
Yeah, the great thing in Game of Thrones is that no matter when two people have a conversation, there's always hidden motives on both sides. Totally. There's always a lot of subtext.
Yes. And like this lady's hidden motive is she hasn't had an orgasm in 45 years.
She is very miserable.
She is stern and unhappy as shit. I hate her.
She doesn't say a single word, does she?
I fucking hate her. Ding ding. Shame. Wait. James, I got a sound machine. Here, let's play with this. Shame. Let's just press a random button. It's this little tiny device with buttons. All right, that shouldn't be in a Game of Thrones review. What the fuck? So, okay, it's Margaery meeting with Olenna, and the evil ladies there. Her name is Unella or something, Unagi or Umami, Edamame. I don't know. Lady Olenna, not Lady, Septa Olenna. She's the one like, I hate her so much. So, Queen of Thorns is pissed.
Yeah, she doesn't want that woman to be in the room with her. She feels like her daughter has been her granddaughter has been taken captive by these people. That her grandson is still in prison.
Right.
That, things are not going according to plan.
Yeah. So she takes her out of the room, and she turns, and the lady starts following. She's like, "Hey, this isn't your septa. This is our house," or something. I don't know. She says something like that. And the lady doesn't care. Look at that stern face. She's probably just a nice actress, I don't really hate, And they sit outside, but the woman follows. She's under, like, what the fuck? Marjorie's the queen, and she has to be subjected to this Taliban bullshit, thought police. I don't like it at all. So she's pissed. I'm on her side. She wants her gay grandson back. She's pissed off about that, too. I love this old Lady Olenna because she's strong. And Marjorie's sort of going, what is she saying? But it's all fucked up. I love God, no, or something.
Yeah, she's completely playing into the hand of the Sparrows to make a scene in front of her grandmother, and her grandmother's buying into it. She really, truly thinks Margaery has been lost.
Well, yeah, and that's part of Marjorie's, I guess, I don't want to say guile, but she has to convince everybody because she's really stuck here. Yeah. The Faith Militant doesn't just have Tommen, they have... they have Tommen. Yeah, and her and her brother, and like they're united as part of the they're in charge.
Yeah, it's
theocracy.
Yeah. Olenna probably can't see what's actually going on after losing the top part of her head.
Wait, what?
You ever looked at her head?
That part? You're saying? Are you saying that there's no tissue above this line?
I'm just saying she's got a flat head.
She's just got a giant flat head?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the Gumby blockheads. She's just in there. Okay, yeah, that might be it. All right, so so Margaery comes over to her grandma. She kind of gets between her and the woman, right? The Umagi.
She leans in close and you can see her put something into her hand.
Yes, I didn't get that shot. God damn, it happened really quick. It was a flash, and she sort of was, James, like the 7th grade love, developing love feelings between boys and girls.
Yes,
and girls and girls.
Do you like me? Circle yes.
Yeah,
or no.
Circle yes or no. Will you follow me on Snapchat? Circle yes, no, or this message will disappear in 10 seconds. I used to do that with Jix. That's not true. I wanted to. It looked like the cool kids were doing it, and that looked like fun. So she gives her a little note, and it says, we'll see what it says in a second here. And the woman, though, Olenna, goes, oh.
So she now knows.
Oh, because she feels the paper. She has notes on it. What if it's just like a recipe for meth? And Margaery goes, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Now, she looks suspicious. They hug. And Marjorie's like, go home. She's protecting her. She wants her out of there so she could be safe.
Right. And she initially said, I will never leave you.
Yeah. Right. So she hugs and actually felt for Margaery here because she really doesn't get to feel close to her family. And this is she can steal some love in this little moment before she has to go back to pretending to be a religious whack job like the rest of these nutty people. So Lady Olenna sort of relents, and Margaery looks a little sad. Look at this chick. She's looking at her, going, "What did you do? Are you up to something?" That's the thing about these religion conformity police is you have to suspect everybody, or you got to be nice or something. But when it gets to the point of fundamentalism, is when it's like, oh, we all get to be purity police for each other. That's why when I hang out with my friends, I make them shave their heads because I'm bald, and so. She turns around
and delivers a great line.
Yeah, a wonderful line. What shall we pray? Is that what it was?
Pretty much.
She offers to pray. I love it. It's just like she's back into it. She's straight back at it. Boom. Okay, we got to push harder, man. Fucking A. It's so hard to be short with these. So the old lady opens up the thing. It's a flower.
At first I thought, she made a nice maze for me.
Yeah. It's a drawing of the old lady Olenna.
So it's got to be symbolic as to say, I'm still with you. I'm not...
This is their symbol, right?
Yeah.
Like basically saying, I'm you. I'm still this.
Yeah.
I can't reveal this. So the old lady feels a little comforted. Shit's still fucked up, but hey, you know what? The old bat's still got a couple smile wrinkles left in her. Moving on. Oh, fuck, I pressed the wrong button. On. There it is. James, take us away. Where are we?
So now apparently we're in Colorado.
Yeah. No, Colorado has a wall. They have a really bad White Walker problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're actually back at Jon Snow's area where he's going to be talking to the wildlings.
Sort of the wildling encampment by the wall.
Yeah, the wall's right there.
I know, but I'm saying that Jon Snow's area.
Yes. So, but he needs to convince them that their fight is synonymous with his fight. He needs them in order to lead a siege against Winterfell.
Yes. They aren't buying it, though.
Right. They're basically saying, what point do we have in charging against Winterfell? Yeah. We're low in numbers. There's about 2,000 of us. If we were to charge beyond our lands and risk our lives and fail, then this means the end of all of our houses. This means a world where we may have never existed in the first place. This is risking everything for you.
Who you're speaking as Jon Snow right now?
The wildlings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So then Tormund stands up and he says, okay, look at it this way. Jon Snow gave his life literally. He was murdered by his own brother standing up defending us.
Yep.
So if we can't stand up and defend him with our own lives, then what kind of cowards would that make us?
Yeah.
And I think that resonated with one who stood up and looked down and said, Snow.
Yeah. He comes in, he weighs in with his thoughtful response, which is one word.
Which is basically saying, I stand with Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And the rest
it was. Oh, I thought that was the giant word for poop.
No, he had to go snow.
He had to go take a shit.
Snow blower.
No, snow blower. And then
that's his Pokemon attack.
Their word for pee is rain.
Yes,
rain. Well, that's a pretty good word for pee. Yellow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So he gets in there. They have their thing. I interrupted you completely.
No. So basically, they agree that they're going to help him with siege against Winterfell.
Yes.
Winterfell.
Yes. And then Jon gets them to all to sign up for the hair club for men. here and enter a beard tournament. You know they have beard tournament.
Yeah.
Tournaments?
Tournaments.
The fuck word? Tournaments. Boy, sorry, the Diet Coke is really kicking in. All right. Boom. Jon Snow, handsome guy, big beard, big hair, handsome, and that's my analysis. Oh yeah, this shot here, he has Brienne's hair. Yeah. That's how much he loves her.
And he's force choking someone.
Look at me, I've got Brienne's hair. If that's what her name is, she's so hot. We go to the same hairdresser. I can't wait to find out what colour her hair is down below.
Oh, Lord. I
knew that would make you cringe, James. That's why I said it. That's why I said it, you Mary Poppins motherfucker. Okay. What did you say? You said something. Okay. I forget.
No, we've kind of already gone through it. Is that guy wearing, like, if you go back one, is that guy wearing, like, a seashell armor or something?
Yeah. That's Jimmy Seashells. Hey. He's 2 seashells by the seashore. Yeah. He's and this is Tommy Tin Can. He's got busted up tin cans over here, and this is Stacey Sasswalk. She is a sassy walker, and her name is Stacey. And this is Slash from Guns N' Roses,
all right,
who is trying to hide from his family so he doesn't have to pay child support payments. And this is a ball of, well, I don't know, weed?
Sure.
What the fuck am we doing? Okay, so this is the part where 1-1 stands up. Say it, James.
Snow.
Snow. Snow.
I mean, that's the first time you hear him say a word in
No,
English.
it's not.
No, it's not.
He says when they're having the meeting in Hardhome before they come, before the attack happens, they're having this little meeting with the Thens and the lady who ends up getting killed by the kids. 1-1 is in that shot, in that meeting, and he actually agrees with Tormund, Giantsbane, that's the red beard. He makes a case for why they should go help Jon Snow, you know, and he goes, Tormund.
Oh, he says Tormund.
He says,
okay.
Yeah, it's hard to understand. It took me a second to figure it out when it happened. I was like, what the fuck did he just say? And he says Tormund. I thought he was saying Torm. I can't think of anything funny. Yeah. Torm? Okay. I'll get back to you guys on that one. So Jon Snow, okay, all right, fine, let's go have a beard contest. All right, my beard's all furry. You know when men have beards and they gets all like coffee and gross and yellow around their mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, just arrest those guys, those perverts. So, all right, fine. Good work there, though, Tormund Giantsbane. Cersei comes around the corner in her loyal puppy. Clank, 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 clank,
yeah.
clank,
and
clank.
The fact that the Hound is back really makes me think this whole Clegane Bowl thing is going to happen.
Wait a minute. Say what? You said that like I know what the fuck you're talking about. Clegane Bolt?
Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl.
They're going to fight.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Clegane
It gives
Bowl.
me hope that it could still happen.
First of all, it's Clegane.
Well, see, when you know him as well as I do, you can call him this Clegane.
I like to be in this.
Clegane.
I yell about the purity police, and I'm insisting you pronounce arbitrary words correctly. So, explain yourself a little bit there, though. You're saying that the... did you pick that up on the internet somewhere about speculation?
Yeah, there's T-shirts that say that on there. It's a very common thing used in the Game of Thrones community.
I don't go to nerd conventions, James. I go to cool guy conventions.
But it seems fitting that if the mountain is going to be taken down by anyone, the person who has the best right to take him down is going to be his brother, who is Sandor Clegane.
Yes, the limpy, log-carrying... water drinking soup eater.
Right, and that dream was crushed when we all thought he was dead, but now he's back.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm on it now. So you're saying that people have been wanting to see them have it out for a long, long time, which they did very briefly at the tournament.
But that was a different mountain back then.
That was a different actor, yeah.
Yes.
But that's the same brother.
Yeah, the same character, different, you know.
Yeah. He's swinging the big... That's where he chops the horse's head off.
Yes.
And then Robert Baratheon goes... Halt! Oh, whoa, that went way higher pitch than I wanted. Halt in the name of your king! I pulled a muscle in my jaw. And I felt something tighten up. Fuck. Okay, and then the guy, he goes, and instantly the Hound drops down in the Clegane, Sandor? No, evil one. Gregor.
Yeah.
The mountain. Almost cuts his head. It's a crazy moment. All right, so we're going deep cut there. Okay, so let's get back on point. Cersei talking to the old lady, who's still pissed off as shit, writing letters. You know, she's probably working on something here, maybe her memoirs.
Right, and Cersei and Olenna, there's no love between the two
No,
of them.
they're not friends.
Yeah, Olenna absolutely, I said her name wrong, but that's okay.
I think it's something like
Absolutely
that.
hates Cersei.
Yes.
I think she says something to the effect
it's
of...
It's Cersei.
Cersei. Yeah. It says something to the effect of, I wonder if I've ever met someone so loathsome in my life as you before.
Yeah.
Are you the worst person I've ever encountered? At my age, sometimes I forget.
Well, Cersei's responsible for her family getting kidnapped and for the Faith militant. And so basically she says, hey, it's your fault, bitch.
Right. So
you did this.
Yeah, but Cersei sees that she needs help from...
Yeah. Very few people can talk to Cersei like that.
Right.
Yeah. But Cersei needs her.
Right.
Yeah.
But she is still intent on leaving back to return to Highgarden because she knows that it's only a matter of time before the Faith militant throw her into a cell, and she's not about to let that happen because I believe all of her eyes would explode if she has to take a walk of atonement.
The old lady.
Yes.
Yeah. Our eyes would explode.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant her eyes. I was like, wow, I've never heard of someone talk about someone with two eyes and all of their eyes.
She has very bad glaucoma as well.
Yeah.
That's why she keeps that hat on to keep the pressure down.
Yeah, it keeps the pressure down.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to point out real quick, she's got thorns on her thing.
Wouldn't it be great if she actually had a crown on and were just poking through the top of her head?
I would like that. I'm going to try that move with a horn. Okay, so there's Cersei. Yeah, there's the thorns. See? Thorns. Look, you got leaves, you got a stick, you got thorns. They fucking got it all. She thought of everything. So how does this scene end? Cersei goes, we need to unite. I know we don't like each other. Well, we need to unite and go kill these fucking religious people.
And says something like, how can you possibly think of leaving King's Landing when your grandson rots in a cell?
Yeah. Your strong grandson is dying, It's just,
And then she reminds her, basically, it is your fault that he's in there. It's your fault that this happened. Everything is your fault. So shut up and leave me alone because I'm getting the heck out of here.
Yeah. Wow. Cat fight. Party of two. Boom. Now we go to a field. We're back at the Teletubbies, right? No. This is...
Right. You can tell immediately by the colors of the banners and the armor that these are the Lannisters arriving in Riverrun. At the behest of the king to retake...
Yes.
Or to aid the Freys in retaking Riverrun.
And speaking of privilege, it's been in the conversation a lot lately, James, in our culture here. Talk about white horse privilege. Huh? White horse privilege all the way, getting the handsomest guy, Jaime. Who doesn't want to scissor with Jaime, huh?
Wow.
That guy is handsome as shit. Let's take a look at Riverrun real fast. This is a cool shot. This is worth pointing out a little bit, though.
It looks like a painting almost.
Well, of course. It's the medieval times. That's all it was paintings. They didn't have pictures.
Backdrops.
Yeah. This is just... Come on. Think it through. Smoke fires everywhere. So they're surrounded. These must be the encampments of what we're going to find out is the Freys. These bumbling dumb shits. But this is cool. You got the different red-ish, bluish tower things. Boy, if you fell off a plane and landed on one of those spikes, you'd probably be hurt.
Right. So Riverrun was the ancestral home of the Blackfish. And they were forced out.
Yes.
By...
I don't know. How... Riverrun?
Well, they were forced the Freys.
The Freys and the Lannisters.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they came back and took it back from the Freys.
Blackfish recently did.
Yes.
Right. So Catelyn Tully grew up here.
Yes. So this is their territory, their home.
Yeah.
They've taken it back, and now the Lannisters are coming in, and the Freys are coming in, saying, "Yeah, you guys got to get out of here. We took this, and this is ours now." Even though the Blackfish sigil is still hanging on the castle walls.
Right. Yeah. So that's what's happening here. So we see a big army. This is a lot of folks. This looks like an army ant thing. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And even more interesting, you see.
You ever been bitten by an ant?
Yeah, but her teeth fell out, and then it was.
Oh boy, good one.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I've never been bitten by an ant, but I have been winked at by an uncle.
No. But who's with Jaime?
Bronn.
Yes.
Everybody's favorite lesbian uncle. Look at him. Look at that hairdo of his. He's one of my favorites, so I've always appreciated him. Too. I just think he's got. All right, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking there. All right, so they look at the Riverrun. They've got. Okay, that's kind of a good shot. Cool. Jaime goes. He goes. This shit's all fire. You gotta dig better ditches. It's just these guys are idiots. And
their entire strategy is incompetent.
Yes,
they don't know what they're doing, and he basically tasked Bronn with educating them.
Yeah, so and Bronn's like, I'm not doing that. I'm just, you made me a lord. I just wanted a hot wife and a nice house. And he's like, yeah, you're gonna get it after you go teach those fucking dudes how to dig holes.
Yeah, that's
and be a general.
It's kind of weird how his pauldrons are both lions, but lions with humanoid faces.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting point. I was gonna say something about that. Isn't that funny how the mouth is there? Is there something to that peculiar mouth shape there. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It's almost gorilla-like, actually.
Yeah,
it's
like almost like a human gorilla lion.
Yeah, it's a facey human. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They call themselves the lions, you know. Try to make yourself look like a deer. You know, at least a lion has a fucking forward-facing eyeballs, right? That's because they're predators. Only predators have forward-facing eyeballs. That's a quote from the movie Science. So, all right, boom, we're into the camps now. Jamie and Bronn are walking. I love the big fat pig.
I was expecting it to like blast out the back because this is Game of Thrones. Yeah.
But it's like, instead of a fart, it's like several other pigs. It's like the babies.
That is a seriously rotund pig.
Yes, that is a top-heavy piece of bacon right there. I would have kicked it over. I wouldn't be able to resist if I was Jamie, because he's basically the Paris Hilton of Westeros.
I'm Pig Slayer.
Yeah, he just stabs it. He sets it on fire with wildfire. Is that what they call that green shit?
Yeah, wildfire.
Ecto cooler. So, okay, they go in, they come up to the gate, and they find out real quick, though, Edmure Tully having a bad day.
Right, it's the Freys are trying to coax the Blackfish
This is him right here.
Abdicating the fortress at the risk or the threat of executing.
Yes, they're saying we've got your son Edmure. He was also in the movie. He's been in some movies, and they're gonna hang him. And he's having a bad day. He's looking scared. And these two idiots, these are the Frey boys. This is the sons that Walder Frey was yelling at before.
Yeah, you can tell by their silly little hats.
Yeah, they got these kooky, flat, kind of stitched hats. I guess, yeah, it's funny how it's really noticeable. They do a great job of that in their show, that kind of stuff. And Jamie and Bronn are just like, these fucking idiots. Look at this shit. This is crazy. They're already doing this thing where they're going to kill they're threatening to kill their number one. They didn't actually say it. That's what they're thinking. Yeah. So this is the other one. He's sort of negotiating. They're yelling at the Blackfish, and he's making up his mind. You know, there he is, going, I don't know, I just got this new bib from Long John Silver's. They've been handing out fun fish scale bibs.
Yeah. So he basically says, go ahead and kill him, because in his mind, his son is already lost.
That's
like,
right.
I'm not going to get him back. He's like, whatever, just go ahead and get it over with, execute him. Let's keep going, because there's no way you're getting me out of this castle.
And it kind of whispers it. He goes, go ahead and kill him.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty far away.
It was like that scene in...
But if you were to be like, go ahead and kill him.
Yeah.
What? I said, kill my son.
Yeah, the movies and TV shows do this all the time. Like, remember, you ever see that old movie Rookie of the Year?
Of
the
course.
Little kid where he breaks his arm and he can throw super fast.
I watch it every morning.
Okay, at the very end, and this has always bugged me, is that he's sitting out there pitching and he looks off into the audience and he can see like way across the field and like the upper echelons of the seating. I don't go to many stadiums. I don't know what those upper tiered seating.
Yeah.
His mother is there.
Upper deck.
Yes, upper deck. And his mother is there, and she's just like talking normally to him, and he's hearing her. Like, what?
James, have you ever been a mother? Have you?
Sure.
Answer me.
No.
Well,
ESP telepathic.
If you only had been a mother, you would know that mothers have a special love for their children. They can, and special powers. They can hear them from many hundreds of feet away in a baseball stadium filled with screaming people.
Okay, so you're basically saying the Blackfish is
his
talking
mother
to Edmure because they both have the same connection.
And they're both big fans of A League of Their Own.
Yes.
Yes, totally. All right, so these guys, this moment was kind of funny because they don't know what to do.
Right, they're not creating an atmosphere where a man can look over the walls of his castle and see a dominating threat.
Yeah.
They're spread out, they're not entrenched in,
yes.
They have no strategy, they have no siege weapons that are intimidating within,
this is like a trebuchet perhaps, or some sort of...
Their entire layout is a joke. Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
Maybe they're going to use this because they usually build like a thing that covers them while they try to knock down the door. Maybe that's what this... I don't know, I'm not an expert at this stuff, but yes. But they call their bluff. They don't kill him, and he's relieved. He's like, my neck is still intact.
Yeah.
I'm not a dead guy now, so he's happy. Jamie though goes up and approaches these two buffoons, and he's like, hey, fuckface, come on, you ain't doing this shit right. Bronn's like, yeah, that's right. And this guy's like, I look like Rob Corddry a little bit, kind of like look like Rob Corddry's cousin. By the way, bald dudes fit better in these helmets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although it's nice to have that padding of hair. It also absorbs some of the sweat and grease. So they're talking, and they're like, okay. And these guys, they kind of have a little bit of a pissing match here, right? Like the Frey guys are like, fuck you, we're going to be, and Jamie goes, go get him some fresh clothes and clean him up a little bit.
And they try and remind him, it's like, this is our operation. Yeah. You don't tell us what to do.
Yeah.
He's a prisoner of the
Of the Freys.
The Freys.
Yes.
And the Freys are...
They're feeling a little frayed.
Yes.
F-R-A-E-A-Y-E-D.
Afraid not.
I'm afraid not.
Something like that. Anyway, they're
get down on your knees and fray.
Yes. To make a long story short, they're
we
incompetent.
We need to fray, just to make it today.
Wow.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
So the Freys are incompetent. Jaime Lannister is a military man. He knows what he's doing. He's got competent, disciplined troops at his side.
These guys got bongo drums.
Yes, so he basically commandeers or takes over command of the whole operation. He says, I now call the shots. You guys stand back, and he eventually gets what he wants.
And he pulls the Lannister move that they all pull, which is, I'm a Lannister, we're more powerful, we call the shots, right? He kind of does that, doesn't he?
My armor is fancy.
Yeah, check this out, though. Let's count the lines. We got 1, 2, 3. There's one on that elbow. That's one there, hard to see. 4. 5. Fuck. How many are we at now? I fucked up the lion counting. 6.
Okay.
He's a lion.
Oh.
Did you get what I meant there?
He's usually lying.
He's always lying down with the babes, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. And he's probably got lion knee pads for that specific reason, wink. So, all right, it's all over. Jaime's, he's got a challenge ahead of him, though. But he goes, send a note, I want to parlay.
Yes.
Which is Westeros talk for partay, right?
Yes,
so
with the Blackfish.
Next scene. Here we are. We're not going to keep it under an hour. No way.
No, well, this is a great scene.
Wonderful scene. I wasn't sure where this was, though, when we saw it. Really pretty.
I was thinking Highgarden originally, but that was totally wrong.
It's snowy. It's, it is high, and they probably have a garden. Yeah. They got there's some organized shit right there. Maybe that's a vineyard or little huts. But pretty cool. Not bad. And where are we? We're in some sort of king hall, and it's Jon Snow walk in, Jon Sansa and Ser Davos, and they meet this girl. Who is this, James? Did you know?
Yeah, we knew this was the Bear House because of the sigils behind them.
Oh, good job. I thought this was the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. And we recall back in
this is Mike Ditka. They just had a terrible casting choice.
In an old episode, there was a scene where I believe it was Stannis received a letter from this particular house saying that House Bear, or I believe it was something to that effect, only recognizes...
Bear Island.
Bear Island only recognizes one king. That is the king in the north, and that is the king of House Stark.
But he mentions that there's a 10-year-old girl.
Yes, because...
there's a 10-year-old girl.
She
sucks.
Yeah, these are the Mormons, right? Not the Mormons.
Yeah,
Mormonts. Okay, Mormonts.
Of the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch and... Hunky Ser Jorah.
Yes. So she is now the leader of that area.
Yeah. They talk about her mother getting killed. So this thing happens in history where a child who is the heir gets foisted into this crazy position, like Tommen, I guess, Joffrey, but she's very young. She's 10 years old, but we know.
Commands power well. Yeah.
She hasn't hit puberty, so her eyebrows haven't quite filled in.
Yeah, she's nonsense.
No, not at all. She is a badass, though. She is, what a fantastic actress, by the way. Actor. Sorry, I don't know, whatever. And they're trying to talk her into they're basically out recruiting for their fight. They got to get armies together for the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah, they need as many of the houses of the North that are still loyal to the Starks as possible if they're going to take back Winterfell.
And this is Ser Davos going, look at those eyebrows. When are they going to grow in like mine? Look at me, I can furrow my brow. Anybody smell onions in here? Oh, it's just me. So she's really tough, though. I love that these two guys, this is the Maester and this guy's, one of her advisor, wearing a fucking, expensive Forever 21 something. Yeah. And Jon starts going into, it looks like he's about to start an improv scene. Like he's going to do that move where he pretends to walk downstairs. But that's obviously not what's happening.
Yeah. So...
And Sansa says some shit. She's like, "Fuck you, Sansa. I don't give a shit. Get out of here."
And Jon's like, "Oh, I got this. Is my turn."
Yeah. Oh, hello. I would be grateful for your help. I was your Lord Commander Mormont's steward. She goes, "Fuck you, Jon. I don't give a shit about your fucking stupid job." And then Ser Davos steps up. He's this guy, like I said in the past. He is a problem solver. Mm-hmm. He steps up at the bank, the Iron Bank, although it doesn't work. But he does a great job, sort of trying to make his case for Stannis to get some money from the bank when they're running around looking for help.
Does that mean he now owes the loan back?
What? Owes the loan back?
Right.
I don't get what?
He and Stannis co-signed for a loan.
Oh, they did get that money? I thought
I think they raised the army.
Well, I don't know. I just assumed the bank turned them away.
They absolutely got the money from the bank.
You and I are watching different shows, my friend. No, I'm an idiot, by the way, for everybody listening. I'm the dummy. All right, yeah, he owes the loan back. We're going to pay it back in onion skin. So he goes, listen, I've got a lot to say. I know how hard it must be for you to be a little girl, have no pubes on your face. I'm talking about your eyebrows, of course. And I don't expect to be here either. My accents, I'm losing my Davos.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the guy's making some sense here. Because he relates to her, you know? He's like, I was just a smuggler. I was just a fucking fry cook.
Yeah, I used to be a little girl.
I used to be a little girl myself until my balls dropped and my cock grew out a little bit. James, it's 2016.
This is terrible.
What's terrible? What are you... kind of environment
we are reviewing My Little Pony, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not a furry... Wait, those are horrible places. This is not...
We just lost like 12 subscribers.
All right, look... there are lines that could be crossed.
How do you know not everyone's a furry who watches this?
I'm bald. Why don't you go fuck yourself? I have extrasensory hairception. So he's like, oh, it's all going to be okay if you just... Yeah, but by the way, it's not going to be easy to fight. I'm making shit up now. The North, we're not the enemies here. We don't fight each other.
Yeah.
We fight the dead.
Yeah.
White Walkers.
Right. You say that in order to unify the North, we can't be squabbling amongst houses. We need a unified North, not a divided North.
Yes.
Because when the Night King comes with his army of the dead, they're going to run right over us if we're not unified and fighting as one. And to do that, we need Winterfell.
Yes. Thank you. Gosh, you're so much better at this than I am. And she's cooling off. She's kind of taking it in. And he's like, so you're in? Oh, you okay? I do him pretty well, I think, but I'm losing it now. It's not there anymore. And so, this guy leans in and she puts her hand up. If anybody ever does that to me, I am going to stab them in the fucking face.
That's a high five.
Yeah,
And he leaves her hanging.
Little hand comes up and goes, whoosh, whoosh. And so she's listening, she's interested, and she's like, all right, fine. He goes, good. You made a good choice there, young lassie. And they're like, okay, well, what do you got? How can we get? And she leans over to the guy.
Yeah, so they're happy. They get a victory. It's like, okay, we did it now. What do we get?
And she goes, 62 men. Oh, no. Yeah. Not 62. Would have been funny if she said 69 for obvious reasons. All right, next scene. What's this? It's the handsome man on his white horse Privilege. That'd be a great name for a horse. Privilege. The white horse Privilege.
Or just Guilt.
Guilt? Yeah. Coming up behind is white guilt. And coming up close is brown. Okay, I'm not going to go. All right, so...
So this is the parlay with the Blackfish.
Yes, Jaime's finally getting the meeting he's wanted. He walks up to this part.
He's going to get his levitating boots on.
This is where teens normally do their pre-sexual ritual base jumping into the water. But nope, it's a parlay location for old Jaime Lannister. I would never feel comfortable with bows pointed at me like this.
Those are crossbows.
Yeah, those are crossbows. Those are not good. And I'm also talking about orchestra bows. You ever get into a fight with a cellist? They have amazingly strong right arms. So, all right, that's scary. But the bridge comes down, crunch, clink, 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 metal sound, chains. It's the Blackfish with his fish boys. Look at these guys. Look at these Long John Silvers, huh? Chainmail. I do like the detail of like the fish scale thing.
The art direction from a costume standpoint,
very
costume
good.
Designer very on point.
Yes, totally. Absolutely. They got some brown hairs, they got some balding dudes, and they're well, there you go. Mustaches and shit. I have a mustache. Did you know that? No. It's just hidden inside my beard. That's why I have the beard, so nobody knows that I'm a mustache bitch. They walks out. This Blackfish guy's a pretty tough guy. You know, he's got his stuff together here a little bit, and they seem to have a kind of a cold respect and a little. They don't like each other, obviously, but they're not gonna fight. They're not, well, there was some talk earlier, like, well, what if he kills you? Or Bronn says that, remember? He goes, yeah, I'll kill him. And he goes, nah, but you got one hand. And he goes, I'll take the old guy.
Yeah.
That had nothing, I don't know why that needed to come up now. So, what's he say? He basically, Jaime sort of begs him to give up.
He gives him an out, saying that if you abdicate the castle, if you leave, relinquish it to our command, we'll let your men go free. We won't, you leave with your life. We're offering you mercy.
Yes. And they kind of look around and are sort of talking. And this guy goes, yeah, I hear ya, but you can kiss my fishy butthole where all the eggs come out.
Yes.
Which I think also is the same hole as the poop. Is that how that works? Does the poop come out of the same hole as the eggs?
Sure. No, but I don't know.
I've actually cleaned. I've done a lot of fishing. All right. So they go, and he goes, we got... Oh, you already said the 2 years thing, right?
Well, what he says before that is that I was born in this castle. This is my home. I will die in this castle. You have no chance of getting me out of here. And I only came out here as a courtesy because, A, sitting inside a castle during a siege is very boring, and this would be entertaining to me. And B, I wanted to size you up to see what kind of a man you really were.
Yes.
And I'm disappointed.
Which I think is bullshit, because I thought Jaime, comported himself kind of nicely here.
Yeah.
He seemed strong, confident, tall. He didn't slouch. He didn't mispronounce any words, and he's handsome. That's all you need. Plus, he's got cool gorilla lion armor. It's 6 lions, James. I got it right this time. So he walks inside, and he goes, yeah, this is where he says, I'm disappointed. And James is like, oh, fuck you. I'm disappointed in you, too, okay? You old gray pubed bitch. So Jaime walks off. Didn't work out the way he wanted. Uh-oh. We got war. But Jon Snow also has war. So he's now, as I said in our 5-minute recap, guys, check it out. If you want to watch that, there'll be a link in the description. For some reason, James and I decided to make tonight even longer and more difficult by doing another video about that. But it's under 5 minutes. They're getting the band back together. Although that's really not accurate as an analogy, because they're just trying to recruit houses to support their fight against Winterfell to kill that piece of shit Ramsay Bolton.
And they're petitioning houses that have been loyal to the Starks for centuries, if not thousands of years.
They're starting out with their most likely purchases, yes customers, who are going to say yes. But unfortunately, politics have really changed. Ned Stark's not around, Robb Stark's not around, Catelyn Stark's not around, Arya, they're all, not that this guy would give a fuck about Arya, but they're all out there, and he's like, fuck you, I'm not fighting for you. We had to take this place back with the Boltons, and shit got all fucked up.
Yeah, the Boltons aided them in taking back their house from the Iron Islands, who took it from them, as we found out in a prior episode.
That's right.
And one thing to be...
Tell me, baby, tell me.
It's a common thread that they're going through right now. What did the little 10-year-old girl say to Arya? I mean, not Arya, to Sansa.
She said, I wish I was a pretty girl like you.
No. Well, what she said was that Sansa believes that her calling card, in order to do this completely easily, is the fact that she carries the name Stark.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But the little girl was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought your last name was Bolton.
Or Lannister.
Or was it Lannister?
Yeah.
Yes, I forget these days.
That's right. That was a bitchy move there, man. Yeah. And she's like, I'm a Stark. I've always been a Stark.
Yeah, and to the same effect
I had to do what I did to survive.
Yes. And here, she's trying to do the same thing, saying that, need I remind you that you have pledged fealty to House Stark.
Right.
And should come to our aid when we call out in need.
Yes, so wait, slow down. So that's after he walks away.
Yes.
And then he turns around, though, and charges into her face. Go ahead, now you go.
Oh, and he says things like, we were loyal to the Starks, we were loyal to Robb, we were loyal to Catelyn, we came to their aid for the Red Wedding, but they left us hanging out to dry when they went and, married...
Where were the Starks when we needed you?
Yeah.
That's basically what he says.
They did some shit to my wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
They did some horrible... And they fucked with my people.
Yeah.
I'm not happy now.
So he closes it with, yes, we aid and follow House Stark, but House Stark is dead.
Yes, and these two are like, John's like, well, he's got a point. I am fucking a zombie. So he walks off, and by the way, these guys open the door for him. You know you've made it when a guy in armor opens the door for you, James. That's the mark of success. I do want to say this. I like their fists. That's a nice little cool sigil. What if it was the flayed fist? Okay, so where are we now, Jamesy Pamesy?
We are in Volantis.
Oh boy, whose ships are these, Jamesy Wamesy?
Are the ships from the Iron Islands that were stolen by Theon and Yara when they escaped after the usurping Euron Greyjoy took over the monarchy.
And what is their favorite food? The candy bar crackle.
Almond Joys for Greyjoy.
God damn. Oh, no, I think mine was better because this is the Kraken.
Okay.
But yours was pretty good. I didn't actually expect you to have anything. They're in Did you say Volantis? Apparently, this is like a bridge. I read a thing. It's called the Long Bridge. Mm-hmm. That's where the brothels and the
a lot of
mopping companies are. Ooh. James, you think brothels these days are gross? Imagine the brothels back then. Yeah. They didn't have Febreze.
No.
Where are... Oh, God, there's going to be tits in these shots. Fuck, I hate blacking out the tits. It's such a pain in the ass.
Okay, so you're safe. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. So, I got to black out that... that's Theon's face. So I thought that was a giant... I thought this was a big fucked up nipple right in the middle. What a weird... Wouldn't it be weird if nipples had eyes, like 2 sets of eyes above them?
Yeah.
Boy, that would take me, like, at least 10% longer to finish.
Yeah, so the important thing here is that Theon has always been like a playboy. He's always been going after women crazily, but now this is the first time he's in the presence of debauchery.
Yeah, so it's all going down around him. I was being careful about the screenshots. It's hard to tell if you're going to get a movie.
You won't even look up.
Yeah, so he's just doing his reek thing. He's just all like... reek. That's my reek impression. Okay. And, he's uncomfortable. Things are going on. He is a man, and let me just say something about men, James, real quick. You ready?
Sure.
We have DNA, as do women, that go back millions and millions and millions of years that make us make our brains do stupid thinking, horny thinking when we see boobies and women being sexual, right? I'm not trying to say anything like that's not completely obvious to anybody who's read Darwin's Origin of Species. So he's probably having gears are spinning in his head that may not have, like you said, he's a playboy. He used to bang Roz, my favorite woman, Esme Bianco or something on Instagram. And now it's all fucked up though.
Right.
Yeah. So what else do we find out? I thought was kind of exciting.
Well, Yara first talks to him and says, so you have no interest now.
This happened first. This Yara was making lip wrestling with a lady.
Yeah.
And she was having a good time. I applaud this, James. I'm all for it. If she was kissing a dude, I'd be for that too. If she was making out with that big fat pig, I'd also be for that. I don't give a shit. As long as people are happy, as long as pigs are getting some, I'm into it.
Yeah, she seems oddly collected considering the fact that she's being pursued by her uncle. And but she does remind Theon to that point, saying that we have fast ships. They have to rebuild a fleet. We have the advantage now. We should relax and enjoy ourselves while we're here.
They're pretty far from home, right? I mean, they know that they don't have any ships, right? Yeah. They took all of them. I mean, maybe there's a couple rowboats or something, but she's got to feel somewhat secure here. I mean, if you're not going to let loose, suck on some boobies at a foreign brothel, then why go to Amsterdam? You know what I'm saying? So she's doing fine. I get what you're saying, but she sees him being this little buzzkill. If this was my brother, I'd do the exact same thing she did. I like her approach. I'd be like, hey, Hank's brother, why don't you quit fucking being a buzzkill on my titty sucking brothel trip? This is not cool.
Yeah, so she
get out. I don't care if you don't have a dick to get a boner with. You can grow a phantom boner. Yes. You know how when they get their arm cut off, your hand itches, but. Do you think that happens with dicks?
I would prefer not to find out.
Boy, kind of adds a little new meaning to just the tip. More like just the shaft.
So basically, she opens up making a joke, saying, hey, you don't seem to have any interest in what's going on around us. And she apologizes, saying, I won't joke about it.
Don't you want to watch your sister make out with a chick?
Yeah, and she says, you're my little brother, I would never hurt you.
Yeah, and she goes, drink. She's trying to get him drunk to loosen up a little bit. But the way he kind of drinks is just like, dude, calm the fuck down.
And she's basically making a point saying...
It's not Rumspringa. You don't have to chew off the glass.
Yeah, she's saying what we need now is the old Theon. You need to find your inner strength. We need to come back and not be a weakling anymore.
Yeah, you're going to hold us back.
Yeah, and
I need you.
Yes, and if you are so far broken that you cannot be repaired... stand up now and slit your own wrist.
Oh, yeah.
End it now.
Yes, and she keeps making him drink, and he's like, I'm drinking. He just kept fucking...
And I think...
Look at that crazy face. Look at this shit.
Yeah, and I think we may have not mentioned this in the 5-minute thing.
I'm like that when I drink Sunny D, by the way.
Yeah, but we may not have mentioned this in the 5-minute part, but I believe that at this point she says that her plan is to go to the... Meereen to acquire the help of Daenerys.
Yes, so she has taken Euron's plan.
Yes.
Which is what you just said. Because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they can go back and take back the Iron Isles.
Dany doesn't need Euron. She needs the ships. That's what's enticing.
Right.
Dany, they know they have something to give her. But, so she's going to do it. And maybe, maybe Dany is likes to fly on both sides of the dragon, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, James? Maybe she wants to see what's coming out of her little flamethrower. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying there, James?
Sure.
Maybe she wants to have lesbian sex with the Yara, James.
Maybe.
All right, so that's fun. So then now he looks up. This is kind of an okay moment. He kind of looks down and look at him. That's a different man. Mm-hmm. That's Theon. That's the Theon we all know and love. Mm-hmm. The bumbling idiot who fucked up the entire North. He's back. And she's like, "Oh, you're back. I love you so much." And he's like, "I'm pretty much still fucked up. I don't have a dick." That's horrible. Ugh, man. My dick, James, 7 inches, 6 inches of tip. Ugh. So there they go. She's like, yeah. And then she says to him, now, good. My work here is done. I'm going to go get me some of that hot piece of ass. And she heads off, and he's like, wow, my sister's all right. Mm-hmm. I'm all for everybody feeling good. That's my whole thing, James. You understand? Mm-hmm. James, you ever had lesbian sex?
No.
Okay. Next scene! Fuck, we're already over an hour. Okay, we're getting there. This is going to be a long one. Fuck it. It's always a long one. I need to take a sip of carbonated fluid. Jon Snow, Ser Davos, we're at camp, and they say something about this being the Stannis' camp, so I'm assuming this is the place right here.
Where Shireen was...
Oh, is that her name? Shireen? Yes. Wow, she should have ran. Shireen? Yeah. The daughter, where they burn their daughter with the... she was great. I loved her. She was one of my favorite characters. She could read. She wasn't annoying. Mm-hmm. So they're walking through. Things are a little screwball, though. We got a mix of company. And as we've all learned, when the early bird gets the worm, but if the early bird sees another bird that's a different color, they will probably fight, right? Okay. Is that how the saying goes? It's hard for different groups to get along, is my point, and they're walking these three.
Yeah, so at this point, what's happening
they hear dudes behind it, or the guys are sort of stepping up on each other.
Davos has to go back to settle the squabble.
I've got to go stop the squabble. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And then Sansa is saying, it's nice that we have some minor support from some houses, but we really need to send out more ravens. We need to go petition for more aid. We need a stronger fighting force if we're going to make this happen.
It's not enough! And he's like, it is enough. I'm handsome. We've got a giant. Yeah. My name is Kit Harington, and I've got a great body, and I'm rich and famous now because of this show. It's enough.
Yeah, so he says, we'll fight with the army that we have.
Yes. And then, of course, this is the army they have.
Yeah, and this just goes to show that they're not the most organized ranks right now.
Right.
So it's looking kind of dismal for the attack on Winterfell.
Not to mention their dry cleaning bills have got to be through the roof. So it's they look around like, yeah, it's not good. And Jon runs off, leaving Sansa. She's pondering. She sees a guy carrying around a crow. This is obviously this is their email, right? This is what they don't. That's not dinner. That's email. And she's thinking. Next scene. What's this? She's up to something. Yeah. She wrote a little letter for a crow or a raven.
So she's basically going behind Jon's back with her own little plot to get what she wants. But she wants a better force.
But to do what's right, what she thinks is right.
But I'm wondering, though, is she writing the letter to someone who might be, in the pocket of the Lannisters or in the pocket of the enemy right now, or the Boltons that she's not aware of, and she's going to give up information to an enemy?
Well, it wouldn't be very dramatic as a story
if it wasn't something like that.
If it just she just called up an old rich uncle and they showed up with a great army. You're like, all right, we got your letter. We're here. Yeah. Thanks for you guys never write, but sure we have.
Yeah.
So there's got to be some sort of Baelish. Littlefinger.
You think she's...
Yes. Who else could it be?
After she well, that's true, though, because she rejected him, saying that she did not need his army.
Yes.
And now she realizes she needs it.
I give the odds of that being... It's 98. 98 plus 2%.
That has to be it. You're right.
Yeah. I do recall from the books, I won't spoil anything, there might not be that, but no. I'm saying it. It's calling it here. Yeah. Let's call it, James. It's Baelish. It is certainly.
This is like some morning radio show.
I found this in my closet. I forgot I had it. It's called Sound Machine. Look it up on Amazon.
Yeah, but I really think if it is Baelish, which I really think it is, based on what you're saying now, is that he's just going to take this information and say, oh, they're actually weaker than I thought they were. They need my help. So I'm just going to see how this plays out to my advantage. I think this is going to bite her in the butt.
Exactly. Yeah. Now he can play it.
Yeah.
Because she's
giving the power back to him.
Yes. She needs him so he can now. Oh, motherfucker! I knew Baelish, and maybe what if it turns out Baelish had gotten around before to all these other houses and sort of messed that up? Maybe they'll reveal that because he is that conniving. Could be. Like when men and women get divorced and they're rich, and then like the man or the woman goes around to all the divorce lawyers in the area so that they can't take the lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? Well, it's what I'm gonna do when I get divorced.
Okay.
All right. So next scene. Where are we again?
This rocket ship is still in construction.
We're in the Teletubby rocket, Space Kennedy Center. What do they call that? Houston?
Yeah, whatever.
They're having a little powwow.
Yeah, this is Ray Meribald. He is giving a speech saying how he's done some terrible things in his past. He's done things, terrible things that haunt him to this very day.
But I don't do them anymore.
Right.
And I don't need to.
Yes, he's saying...
I'm a new man.
Right. And he's trying to tell people that despite what kind of demons haunt you in your past, it's never too late to use what time you have remaining to be a good person, to do good deeds, to try and offset the bad you've done in the past.
Yeah, and this guy's thinking, I wish I could take some of my nape hair and cover up my pizza face head. Yes, so that he's giving him kind of a sermon-ish, but it's not filled with the Jesus Weezus bullshit, seven sisters and, strangers, fathers, mothers, fuckers. It's mostly just like, yay, everybody calm down. I used to be a piece of shit, and we can be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks.
And then he looks off into the distance, and he sees...
But he's got a very... Let me just say this. He's got a... I'm a public speaker. Mm-hmm. It's not at all. He's got a very kinetic... touchy, he moves around, he sits, he talks. It's kind of like an old 50s, it's almost like a stage play in a way. You know how you ever go to a play, they're the worst. The fucking actors run around and they go, oh, hello, what's over here, but they're stuck on a stage, so you have to be like, oh yeah, now they're in the woods, oh yeah, now they're in a fucking castle.
Yeah, he is a charismatic, likable guy though.
Yes, absolutely. Wonderful actor, Sir Michael McDonnell. I don't know. I don't have any fucking idea what his name is, but he's a very, absolutely tremendous actor. There's a scene in Deadwood where he's like all drunk and he's trying to get to the end with his hooker, and it's just, but he's like reciting. I don't know. It's people probably know what I'm talking about. There he is. What a face, huh? Jesus Christ! He believes this is the same species as. I'm just talking about how human faces are so variety. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, so various.
Shut up.
They're so variety.
So are words. Words are so variety.
Yeah.
I love that face. That's why I kept hitting the button. Look. I love that face. Craggly. Yeah, see, there he is. He's moving around. He's talking. They're into it. You got to be pretty convincing to make people believe in your religion bullshit. So I get it. I understand. So, so horsey horse. Clop, 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 clop. Walk up. Horsey guys. But luckily it's not. It's only 3. I feel like they could fight off 3, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They come up and they say, do you have any horses? And these are riders from the Brotherhood without banners. And they say, you have any horses?
How'd you know that?
Well, you look at them.
All right, let's look at them. Where do you know? I mean, how does that clear that they're the Brotherhood without banners?
Because I think that's the territory that they're in.
Well, yeah, they're around that area. I'm not trying to challenge you. I think you're correct. I'm just saying if there was a clear indication.
I'm pretty sure one of them.
I think that's true.
Well, I mean, during the scene, they say that they were from the Brotherhood.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Mm-hmm. I got it. I thought they were from the Brotherhood with banners.
No,
you know that sign business that's down in Venice?
Yeah, so basically they're coming in trying to see what can we take from these people. Do you have steel? Do you have horses?
Yes.
And when they find out they have neither of those two, he says, okay, well, you have food. Give them to us.
Well, he kind of charms them, though. Look at that guy. Jeez.
Yeah, and he says, you're welcome to sit down for dinner with us, but we have hungry mouths as well. We can't give it all to you.
He sort of plays the service. Like, I'm a basically pacifist. I mean, that's sort of what they are. He's like, but we're going to... You can join us. We'll feed you. We have to feed all these people, but we'll feed you. And he's trying to sort of like welcome them with love to prove that that's a tactic, I guess.
Yeah, and
he's genuine. I don't think he's insincere.
Right, but they leave and they say, something like, "For the night is dark, long and full of terrorists," which even further reinforces that these are Brotherhood people because they all follow the Lord of Light.
He says, "My computer is dark and full of errors."
Yeah. Yeah, so they ride off, and at this point, Sandor Clegane knows that these guys mean business. Yep. They're not going to just let this pass. They're going to come back. They've openly threatened them. So he has a little conversation with Sir Meribald.
By the way, whenever I drink Sunny D, I get these exact same stains on my face.
Okay.
Yep, that's what that is. Yes, so it's sort of indicating trouble ahead. Yes. Not even sort of, literally, because it's very clear. Sandor Clegane, the Hound, is chopping wood. And again, look at that. That's not how you chop fucking wood. You bend your knees more, you back off. I know he has a wound. I know he's a fucking
No, but that wood is getting chopped.
The wood's going to get chopped. He's got a big old axe, yeah. And by the way, wood swung properly splits super easily. It's actually quite a beautiful feeling. My testosterone levels go way up when I chop wood. That's why I should do it more, because I'm starting to grow man tits being a video editor here in LA. So there they are. This guy comes up, and but is he working out tension? I mean, he's usually alone. He's kind of never helping with anybody. He's, when he's doing the wood, he's carrying the tree, he eats alone, and this guy's sort of really trying to welcome him into the fold. He wants him to be part of the group. He's saved his life. He talks about how you were rotting or something. You were barely alive when I found you. You had bones everywhere. You had bugs. You had a runny nose. I don't know. You lost your Twitter account password. He was in bad shape. Yeah. He was in trouble. Your phone was at 3%. Things were really, really rough. You were barely getting by, and you're back. But he's not being a dick. He's just kind of like saying, "It's okay. You're gonna be okay." This is how you treat. Oh, this is a good analogy. This is This is how you treat a stray animal who's kind of violent, who's kind of fucked up. You know, you ever adopt a dog that's all wacky, out of his mind, and aggressive?
Yeah, of course.
You got to be careful. You got to be, but you got to be patient with love. Did I nail it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I agree with that.
I one time my neighbor goes, "Hey, look out! I just saw an opossum. Is it possum or opossum?"
It's spelled opossum, but it's pronounced possum.
Fucking English language garbage bullshit. So she goes, "Hey, I just found an opossum," and I go, "Oh fuck, where is it?" And so I look around and I start. She goes, "I think it's over by the fence." And so I grabbed this broom, from the backyard. This was when I was, and then I start smacking the fence to hoping to scare it away. And I think it's on the other side. So I stand on this concrete thing and I look up and over the fence, and all of a sudden, with about a foot away from my head, the possum comes out of the fence and looks right at me. And I went, "Ah!" I screamed and I ran away.
I've had pet possums before. They're very nice.
Pet possums?
Yeah, I love possums.
What the fuck? Are you kidding? Pet possums?
They're very gentle if you raise them from
how did you, what century did you live in? I joke. Did they get in fights with your pet raccoons?
I never had a pet raccoon. I always wanted one, but I never had one.
What a wannabe. I knew a lady with a pet raccoon. It killed her.
And burrowed into her chest.
Yeah, it ate her with its opposable thumbs. So, Hound is just eating or just chopping wood. He's not real friendly, but
yeah. So this is the scene where the Hound says, they're going to come back. They're going to use force. We need to fight them. And Meribald says, "I'm sick of fighting. No one here can fight. We're not fighters.
You can fight." My fighting days are done.
Yeah, and he says, if you do want to fight, and if that's the path you want to take, then you're going to be fighting them all by yourself. Is that really what you want?
All right, fine. I'm just going to stand here and chop wood the wrong way. Because I'm an actor. I'm a pretty boy actor who just happens to have a large body. All right. Arya. This was an interesting scene, James. Hold my hand. Please hold my hand.
So she's actually kind of walking around like
Not
Tyrion.
that tight. Let go of my hand, James.
Yeah.
Let go of it. Thank you. She's got this...
Yeah, she's got this gait to her walk where she looks like she's a different person.
Yeah.
Her clothing has changed. The way she carries herself has changed.
The arms behind the back thing, the kind of upright posture, the stern face.
And it seems like she's almost trying to change her identity because she knows the House of Black and White or White and Black is probably going to be after her. That's why she was in hiding and sleeping in the dark under that tunnel area.
But she's in a very public space here.
Right, but she's looking for a way to get out of town because she knows that stuff is going down.
Well, yeah, she needs the jet. She's the bolt, but we don't see Needle anywhere, so she must have a hotel room or something, maybe a storage locker at the bus station. And she sees this guy, but it was very peculiar the way she's approaching. I was like, oh, cool, she's upgraded her skills. She, she's a ninja now. She's like a disguised ninja, kind of like the movie Master of Disguise, starring what's his face. Dylan Brody. No.
Master of Disguise was Garth from...
yeah. Fuck, I just met him. Jesus Christ.
I can't remember his
Dana
name.
Carvey.
Dana, yes. Carvey.
I said Dylan Brody. I was close. I had the right... Well, okay. First and last letters. So she comes up to this beard and she goes, "Hey, buddy, I want to go to the..."
Well, she identifies him as you're a Westeros.
Yes,
right?
That's right. She hears him speaking English, and so she comes up and goes, "I speak English. I want to come over. I want to go to wherever you're going, or Westeros." He goes, "Get out of here, little girl." I don't know what he says. He says something like that, right?
Yeah, what he said, you couldn't afford it.
Right, and then she tosses the bag.
She throws the gold on the table.
Of affording gold or silver or something. Look at her. She's like, suck it, bitch.
And he's like, okay, you'll have a hammock down in the holding or something like that.
Right, I'll give you a hammock, fine. And then she says, "Oh yeah," and she tosses another bag.
Or she actually says, "Where did you steal this from?"
Yes.
She was like, "What do you care?"
Yeah, what do you care? Right. And she should have said was Aladdin's Castle.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Aladdin's Castle.
Oh, it's an arcade when I was a kid. I should have said Chuck E. Cheese. That would have been a more identifiable reference. So she walks off, and he's like, "Geez, fucking weird girl. Okay, all right. Well, hey, money's money." So she wanders off.
He says, "We leave in 2 days," and she said, "No, I'll take a cabin, and we leave at dawn," or something like that.
Oh, she told him when they leave. That's right.
Yeah, because she knows she needs to get out of there fast because she is not safe.
Yes. Totally. And she should have, I would have cut his face off and just pretended to be him. That's what she should have done. So she walks off. This is a very cool shot. I was really like, oh, I love this statue thing. I think it's neat. I like how in the opening sequence it raises its arms and the shield. And I like the idea. Oh, Jesus Christ. I like the idea that she would, that they would bother building something that big. I wish we would do that here in the United States or in the rest of the earth. I'd say the more big cool shit that they could look at back in 2,000 years and go, damn, those people could build some stuff, because they're not going to remember our fucking YouTube videos after the apocalypse. All right. So there you go. Boom. It's cool. A nice, gentle old lady approaches.
And I did suspect that this was going to be someone else in disguise, but I did not expect what actually happened.
You expected it to go down a little less quickly?
Yes, I did not see this happening this way.
Well, all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, hello, dear." And Arya goes, "Yes, Mum. How may I help you, Mum? What could I do for you?" And the lady goes, "Fuck you, die! Die, little girl!" And so she takes out her arm, she swipes right, she tinders her belly open. We didn't see that. And Arya spins it, and she goes whack, and then she fucking stabs her. I started smacking.
Wait a minute. So the dagger is already bloody before the first insect goes in?
No, she already cut her. She started with a cut.
Did it cut her, or did she dodge it? Because I don't see a slash.
Hey, smart guy, it's bloody, and there's a slash right there. What's wrong with you?
It's just her belt.
Hey, spin your contacts around there, fella. I think you got some ketchup on your contacts.
So she gets a little.
No, she cut her. The first thing she did was
it was a paper cut. You know.
Why do you have a dog in this fight? That's so weird. She immediately cut her after Arya turned. She did this.
Right, but if
it was under this frame, you didn't see it.
That's the thing, but I'm not seeing like intestines spilling out, so it's not a grievous cut.
That's not the only measure of a grievousness. Yeah, and that's referring to General Grievous.
Yes.
My favorite character from the Star Wars movies, next to my other favorite character, Jar Jar Binks.
I mean, if I cut my arm really bad and I see intestines coming out, I know it's a pretty bad cut. That's the only way to tell.
I think a cut across the belly deeper than a few layers of skin is a pretty bad cut.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially with me, because what would come out would be chopsticks and General Tso's chicken and probably a few fortunes, because I only... okay. All right, so whack! Oh, God. She just starts stabbing her, and Arya's like, no, fuck, my belly hurts. And she turns
she
it.
Twists it.
Which is so symbolic. This is that blunt symbolism that they do in this movie, in the show, which normally is annoying in shows when they try to be too straight up about the symbolism. But she twists the knife. It's extra pain. It's extra hurt.
Yeah, and Arya's been through so much already. It's like, I'm not used to seeing her wounded in this way, because it's like, who shows a little girl get hurt like this?
Well, Game of Thrones does. They fucking murdered babies and, babies. So I would have rotated the knife, you know?
But here's the messed up thing. What was the command that Jakar gave to her?
Well, hold on. Before we get to it, let's just say this. It turns out not to be an old woman.
Yes.
This is the least surprising. Obviously, duh. It was the waif. She said, waif yourself. Waif a moment.
Right.
And Arya's like, fucking bitch, I hate you.
Yeah.
That sucks. Okay, so sorry. What was the command?
The command was like, you may go kill her, but make it quick. Do not let her suffer.
Yes.
And she didn't stab her in the heart. She didn't cut her throat. Didn't stick her through the eye. She did a gut stab, two of them, and a slash.
Yep.
She's a trained assassin. She could hit her wherever she wanted to hit her, but she intentionally made it as painful as possible, especially with a twist.
Yes. Interesting analysis, and I'm grateful you brought it up. Because I was thinking that it's weird she didn't cut her neck. It's weird that she didn't stab her in the side of the head, or end it like you said.
Yeah. This is personal for her.
This is her violating Yakin's order.
Yeah, and he has a strange way of knowing these things.
Oh, maybe there will be some comeback at her. I hope so. But I would rather see Arya get the comeuppance.
Yeah.
Or maybe Daenerys comes and turns her into food for the dragon food. But that's totally a great point. So then Arya gets away, which again is like kind of, she shouldn't let her out. I mean, how did she let her get away? What if she stabbed her with a stick too? That would be like an 8-foot deep cut. Would just go through. And then Arya just does what she can do, and she just hauls her ass, launches herself into the water, splash, splash, bloody blood.
Yeah, nothing really cleanses a wound like Inner Harbor water.
Yeah, like an overcrowded medieval century town filled with sewage and body fluids and But hey, maybe it's salty. So she goes, she went over the water. Okay, fine. And then she waits for her to come up. Nothing. I thought that was a hand right there for a second there, but no, it's not.
Kind of looks like one.
Yeah, but so the bloody cloud dissipates, and what if she got attacked by a shark or something? That'd be fucked up. So she's happy. I hate her so much. I hate her. I think I hate I don't know. Who do I hate? Septon Meribald or the Waif? By the way, both great actresses. I love them. So Arya comes up to heir. It would be weird if she just died. Yeah, maybe bring her back. And shit. Good acting. She's such a great act. She's so really fantastic. What a great job. I can't wait to see her in other stuff too, by the way. She's very early in her career. And so she crawls out. Look out, Arya! Those steps look slippery. You don't want to get hurt. So she is like, shit, my belly, I'm all fucked up. My uterus, my wombs, my intestines, my spleens. Everything's fucked up now. And so she's in pain. She's crawling. And she's staggering off. Oh, God, bloody Arya. This is a bad turn. I was stunned by this. I didn't expect this to go down so quickly. I kind of thought the Waif would haunt her in Westeros.
That's what I was thinking.
I kind of expected her to sort of appear in the distance and they have a fight, then it gets interrupted, and eventually they have a big throwdown or some shit like that. And so she's all screwed up. None of these people seem interested, but she can't trust anybody. She doesn't know
because you never know whose face is going to be pulled off, so it's going to be the Waif again.
Yeah, so she's completely alone. Although I guess you should just look for people who are the same height as the Waif.
And look at these menacing stares that they're getting. It's like
this chick. Yeah. She's like, "You want to buy a tamale?
Yeah.
Or you gonna fucking keep walking, bitch? I don't care that you're bleeding out of your butt." And this guy's like, "I used to sell car insurance, and now I work at the tamale factory." All right. Well, look, he's got suspenders built into his shirt. It looks like, isn't that cute?
Maybe they just think she ate too many berries.
I've got a tuxedo built into my T-shirt. Too many berries. Oh, because she's bleeding red?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Her hands are covered in berry sauce.
Berry sauce.
Berry juice.
Gummy juice.
Yeah.
Which is just teaching kids that steroids is how you solve your problems. So they go, Arya's fucked up. Man, that's crazy. She doesn't know what to do. So what's going to happen? Well, let's talk about that after. We're getting to the end. Oh, it's so long. I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay, real quick. Whoa, look at that thing. Oh, man.
Oh, my gourd.
That is a gorgeous gourd. All right, well, that's a market. You got nets, you got straw, fucking ropes, people. I bet these places reeked, but they smelled like shit. I mean, I smell like shit, and I'm a modern man who showers. Okay, back at the top, at the rocket building, log knife. He doesn't even know how to cut a branch. This guy's such an actor.
So he was back chopping wood so they'd have firewood for the night.
Yep.
So he was away from camp for quite a while.
Yep. Now, did he steal? Is that a beer? Did he steal that?
It looks
is that what we think?
Well,
maybe
what
he
bothers me
snuck off to get a little drunk.
He must have gone back into the woods to get more firewood because before you could see where he was chopping was within sight of the wooden rocket ship.
Yeah. And he's clearly not in sight of the children's playpen.
Yeah. The bounce house.
He does something gets his attention. He's like, "What? What's that? Look at this fur. Look at this guy. Was his dad a gorilla? My God!" And he walks up, and oh no,
it just seems odd that he was far enough away that he didn't see this or hear this happen.
Yeah, and that the attack, you wouldn't have heard screaming, and that's a lot of people to kill silently and to get them all as if they wouldn't run away. Like somebody would have snuck,
Yeah, this was a bit far-fetched.
Then they're all kind of close and spaced. It's like this is not the Jonestown. So he walks through. Look at this guy. Ow, my beard. Or more specifically, ow, my cabbage. Look at this salad. Someone was going to have a monster salad here.
Someone toss that salad.
Oh, hey, kinky. Hey.
Ground.
I could tell you stories, James. Oh boy. And then what are these? These are hamster pelts.
And
oh no, kid!
I was about to say, it should be noted, there's a dead kid right there.
I didn't see it. Look, they very smartly covered him with the guy hand. Maybe this is the guy that killed him. Held his face into the bloody mud. That's horrible. Oh, this is a grisly image. This is all bad. Oh no, the wooden bowls. Boy, the night manager at Pier 1's gonna have something to say about that. So we walk up, dead lady, dead arrow in the lady. This guy's got a fucking wound of some kind. This guy, what if he had a little brown stain? Because that's what I would have. This is somebody's ladle, long stick. We got all kinds of stuff.
All right.
James, I'm having fun. Would you just calm down? It's not every day that a guy gets to waste people's time on the internet. My cornflake. What are those? Breadcrumbs? Okay, sorry, James. You're right. You're totally right. Okay, so he walks up. Oh, it's all fucked up. Oh no. God damn it. And it is what we all worried it was.
Yeah, this shit was a really
Deadwood
good job.
is dead.
Yeah, they do a really good job of depicting people who have been hung. 'Cause remember when we saw Ollie hanging and he had the bulging eyes and just like the look of death on him?
Yes, but they did turn blue pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Although it was cold.
Yeah. But it's like
you want me to show it?
Yeah, go ahead and show it. It really looks like that's a dead guy.
I know. Is that acting?
I don't know.
Or is that a mask? Or maybe they put fake eyes on him. He looks completely... I mean, you can do quite a lot with makeup and stuff. Yeah,
whatever they're doing it right.
Yeah, that is a good one. And so it was so good I pressed the button twice. So yeah, that's kooky. So he's obviously... He liked the guy. He's like, he was nice to me. The guy was giving me beer,
he was going down a whole new path. He understood that he needed to fight, that fighting was probably their only option here, but he was trying to lead a life of peace after his near-death experience. I
did not expect this scene to end this way, or this setting, this people. I kind of thought those dudes would attack, and then he would step up and defend them.
Yeah.
Because he's even wounded, even with a fucked up leg now, he's going to be a limpy man. Do you think he'll be limpy the whole time?
I think they might.
Not to be too sensitive about people.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, his leg wound, I don't think they had good bone doctors back then. What do they call bone doctors? Boneothologists?
Sure.
So, so he's like, shit, I've got no options here.
And to go back to the title of the episode, The Broken Man is referencing the man hanging there. Because,
right there.
Yeah, he gave up on his life of violence, tried to become a man of peace, tried to subvert the system that he knew existed, where power takes from those without power.
Yes,
and he paid the price for it.
Well, his life was defined by someone more powerful taking it from him. Mm-hmm. His brother took from him his handsomeness by burning his face for playing with a toy.
No, the Broken Man is the Meribald.
What?
Yes.
The Broken Man is this guy.
No, Meribald.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I like that. That's my answer to an argument. You really think that's it?
Yeah.
Why can't it be both?
Well, I mean, he's like a reflection of Meribald.
Yeah.
So I think the title of the episode was referencing this particular man, and
Clegane
is being influenced by what he's witnessing, the tragedy of what's happened to this man.
All right, I hear you.
He's also.
I don't think your thinking is bad there, but I would point out that Clegane is a top tier character who was killed, and him coming back is a nice surprise. That night, meaning like impactful surprise that I didn't expect. I just assumed he was done, and that they it makes sense that if I had to pick one broken man to be the broken man, it would be Clegane.
Well,
because the whole thing is he's broken, and he's a man.
Yeah, and
also a noun.
And I didn't know what his name was when I Googled to try and find out who this character's name was. I came across about 5 different websites really quickly, and I wanted to confirm across all 5 of them. And all 5 of them open the same way. It's like, in this episode, clearly the Broken Man is Sir Meribald.
Well, those people are a bunch of dumb shits.
But I kind of agree with them.
I'm way more intelligent than all of them.
Okay. I'm not saying that I don't think the Mountain is a broken man. He absolutely is.
I get you.
But the episode itself...
It's sort of a bottle cap, they call it bottle episode about that guy. We start with him, we end with his death.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
But he's fixed. He's not broken. He's better.
No,
he's better because he found a new place in life where he could talk people into standing around and getting killed and having nice lunches.
And he was proven wrong that he could not be. This world is not a world that allows pacifists to live.
True.
And that's why he was broken in his thinking, and he became a hanging corpse because of it.
Right. I get that.
And he was also broken because he was haunted by the remember he was saying things like the screams of the woman when he murdered her son, and that he was trying to redeem himself by doing acts of good, but he was still tormented by his past indiscretions.
Yes, I hear you.
So he was very much so a broken man.
Oh, I don't disagree that he was a broken man. I'm just saying I think the title refers to the broken man as Clegane, the guy who had a broken leg.
Okay, I think Clegane was forced back into his old life through his interactions with the broken man.
Fair. I get that. How about the broke men? Mm-hmm. 2 broke men, just like that show. 2 broke girls. Okay. They could both wear makeup and work at a diner.
All right, well.
And then have fun dates and just figure it all out with their little short shorts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Perfect ending. Okay. Fuck, we went 1 hour and 30 minutes. God damn it, it's so long. I hope some people enjoyed this, but here's why it's just nobody wants to listen. If you don't know that you like this, you're not going to click on a video that's this long. That's why it's stupid that we should do an hour at most.
We can just take out all the ladle references that you were pointing out. Maybe down to like 4 minutes.
I had 1 or 2 ladle references, okay? All right? I wasted time pointing out that the old lady had thorns on her hat.
Yeah.
Anything else to say? So Arya, where is she? She's obviously got to find some help. She's pretty fucked.
I think Jaqen is probably going to come and help her. I mean, who else does she have in Bravos that could potentially help her? He's the only one. She clearly needs help. She can't just crawl into a sewer and sew herself clothes like Mel Gibson or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not going to work.
Needle is somewhere. Wherever Needle is, she's going to need. I mean, that's where she would probably.
I think that Jaqen is going to punish the girl for going against his orders, for making her suffer, for doing something the many-faced god did not ask for.
Right.
And he's going to set her on a path to.
Oh man! So now might get sucked back into there.
I think it's going to be something where he's going to acknowledge that she was a girl of many talents, that this was not the life that was for her, but he's going to give her maybe like a suitcase filled with certain faces and say, here,
okay.
Go off, take what you've learned, you're not bound by me.
That gives me some hope, because I really want the Stark family to be reunited.
Yeah.
I'm a heartless, evil man, and but I'm not, I don't want that to spread. I like seeing people who've had a horrible life fix it and come back to each other. So I like what you're saying, because that means that she'll get to Westeros and hopefully find her family. That's all I really want her to do. And then I want her to murder a bunch of people and cut some bitches.
Yeah.
Stab some bitches, really, I guess. Thrust attack, not slash attack.
Yeah, she'll take up needlepoint.
Well, she might need to use her needle on her own fucking open belly wounds right now. Yeah, all right, so we didn't see Dany, we didn't see Meereen, we didn't see
Tyrion, didn't see Littlefinger.
Theon and Yara gonna maybe double up on a lady, perhaps. Maybe tip her extra because he doesn't have a wee-wee. And it's exciting. It was a fun episode. I actually had a good time. The Faith Militant, were you bored with the Faith Militant stuff? With
a little
Margaery?
bit, but the opening of the episode really set the pace. Seeing the Hound return, that was a major happy moment for a lot of people, I would assume.
And we didn't have to hear King Tommen's little boy voice.
Yeah.
You're not welcome anymore. I'm King Tommen. I don't have my balls yet.
Mine descended, James. They came out first when I was born. That's what came out first. It wasn't my legs or my head. That's my balls descended right away.
Well, I'm gonna go throw up.
Hey, chill out. All right, calm down. So hey guys, hit us up on Twitter and Facebook at SuckProfessor. I love getting new followers. It makes me. I'm almost at 100. I'm almost at fucking 100.
Cult leader.
Yeah.
I need more disciples.
Join me in my army.
We will be 100 strong. And let us know if you had a good time. If you did, you want to see more, it's encouraging to us to see likes and subscribers and shit like that. It also helps us reach a bigger audience, which we really want to do here with this channel. Sorry it went long. Fuck, God. It's already I should stop complaining about how long it went.
Because it keeps getting
I know,
longer.
it just makes it worse.
It's like, God, I'm so sorry. I'm stabbing you.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I keep stabbing you.
Don't solve your problems by hitting or making long YouTube videos. All right, cool. Well, James, I think everything's going to be fine. And, wow, went on for way longer than I expected. So good night, everybody. Game of Thrones, 3 more episodes, right?
And
7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10. Ah, fuck, now I gotta edit this whole thing. All right, bye.